Good morning. It's Friday. It's Debbie's Dare, and we're doing Fiskars Friday, actually on Friday today. We're going to look at our push print stamp factory again, but we're going to add a little something to it. For those who haven't seen it, this is our push print stamp factory. Basically works like an office stamp that flips. So you can see the carriage inks and it'll flip over to stamp. It gives you a lot of ways to do repetitive stamping, which is great, believe you me. I just got through doing 45 little boxes and little wedding boxes, and I had to stamp on both sides, and so I was able to stamp, and then flip them over, stamp after it dried. Let me tell you what, it was a whole lot easier than me doing it, ink it up, stamp it, ink it up, stamp it. So much easier. But what I was able to purchase through Amazon.com, who actually sent me to 2 Peas in a Bucket. If you want to go to 2 Peas in a Bucket, it's 2peasinabucket.com, and you just look it up. But it's the ribbon attachment that I was just able to get a hold of. And it comes with, this is the bottom plate, and then this is the plate that's actually going to have stamps on it. You'll notice that the white lines going through here, so there's a white line there, they will match whenever they're all lined up together. So you know that this is your center point, where if you put your stuff here, it's the center. It's grid. This piece is the plate that you put your clear stamps on, or rubber stamps, whatever you want to do unmounted. They have lines here for the width of your ribbon, also so you can see where you're lining your stamps up to in accordance to your ribbon that you're doing. This is the ribbon attachment. Okay, so let's go down. Yeah, let's go down. I'm sorry, I'm being silly this morning because I'm a little tired. And I think I live in the state of tired, but you know what? That's okay. I'm just needing my own flag and own theme song. So let's go down. All right, down. And let's see what we can do. First thing I want to do is put my base onto my push print stamp factory. Alright, so I'm pulling one up here, and what I'm going to do is just reach in here and I'm pulling in the plastic. It's just plastic, it's a little bit on the pliable side. You can do that, okay? Now all 4 sides have these. Oh, that one's already connected, that one's connected. This is the only one left. Oh, gotta get it up over the hump and down in there. I'm sorry. There we go. Not always as handy as I'd like to be. Now this dot does not come with it. This is a rain dot to give me an idea that whenever it flips toward me. See, and I can see it a little bit better. That's my preference. You can do however it works for you, but that's my preference. So what I would like to do is I'm going to do a little beach type, summery ribbon to put on a layout. And this is our high density Fiskars pigment ink, and they have grids on the back, so it fits the grid. See, I need to take this down and lock it. That's what these 2 little sides do, is that they lock down so you have space in here to move around. You take your grids and line them up with the grids that's up there already. Now don't do it crooked or try to force it, because I found out that doesn't work. Okay, then my plate, which is already preloaded with what I want it to say on there. And we're using a wide piece of ribbon so that you can see this is a satiny ribbon. Actually came with some pajamas that I bought, or my husband bought for me. And I save everything. But you can stamp gross grain, you can stamp ribbons, you can use it on just about anything. Now I'm going to release it. And you'll see that it's now the stamps are touching the ink. Okay, I'm going to ink it up a little bit since I haven't used this particular color very much. Not because I haven't wanted to, it's because I bought it during winter hours. And this is a bright, pretty yellow. I've got my ribbon all nice and taut and taped down on both sides. What I can do now is I go to this white piece, these white lines, and center it on my ribbon. And there's other grids here that you can line it up going, okay, I need it on this grid, and that's where I want it to stamp. Or I can pull it back and, oh, I want to make sure that the edge of my ribbon is here and here, or your paper, whatever. So you have a lot of grid lines all around this thing that's going to give you really great measurements. So let's start with making our ribbon. And I've centered my white lines. I'm inked up, so let's see what it does. Alright, it's pretty. Okay, I'm going to move down and very carefully, I'm going to overlap this underneath here a little bit because I want a continuous run, okay? You don't have to. You can space it. You can do whatever you'd like to do. This is your design. So we're on here, and we're going to do it again. Oh, let's do it one more time just to show you how fast it can be. I am centered. I'm not even worrying about my desk getting inked because I know it's not going to get inked. Alright, let's do it one more. Well, no, I got my tape down there. So let me pull this up on this nice satiny ribbon. You'll have to see this. This is so cool. I have to check and see if you can emboss it since it stays wet longer. Okay, you need to let this dry for a few minutes, but it doesn't take very long. Let's see if I can get it in here. You see that? I put several. Here's my fish, my title there, and I just keep going down. You don't tell me that that's not cool, that you can personalize your own ribbon. Think about weddings, birthdays, anniversaries. That sounds like a commercial on TV. I'm going to move our ribbon aside just for a minute and show you what else. You don't have to just use ribbon on this. That's what's really interesting, is that you don't have to just use ribbon. I've got a scrap piece of paper here that is 12 by 12. And I put some, you put some little two-sided or repositional tape on the back of it. Now you can pretend that, you know, this is a whole page, or you can just take a strip that you're going to punch out or something and make your own design. Now, in order to save time, I'm going to go ahead and do the sun-kissed again. This is paper, but see, now this is where I can't see the center and I might move it and get crooked. That's where these other grid lines, let me show you. See these grid lines here? Very distinctive. I can line up this, or this one, or this one, or this one against the edge of my paper so that you can get a continuous stamp exactly where you want it. Okay? You know by this here that you're going to get a good, clean, straight. See, I make mistakes too. I learn all the time. Alright, from the center, 1, 2, 3. The center, 1, 2, 3. Alright, let's keep her short. But because of the grids, you can get this straight. You do not have to guess at it. And it's re-inking, so you don't have to, let's say you're using one of the other Fiskars for stamp press, which I totally adore. Ask anybody. But if you're going to do something repetitive, I would rather have my Push Print Stamp Factory and all the grids that come with it so that I can do a continuous line all the way across, whether it be my paper or my my ribbon. And you can come up with other imaginative ideas. And secret to pulling out your ink without getting inky is I push it out somewhat with this finger over here, not touching the ink that's underneath, and we're used to grabbing things, but don't. Pick it up on both sides. And then you don't get ink everywhere. Alright. I didn't clean my ink off in between, so I'll have to clean this one off later. Alright. Push Print Stamp Factory ribbon attachment. Go for it, baby. You're going to want it. I already see it in your eyes. I see the imagination roll. Okay? God bless you guys. Thank you for hanging tight with me, and I didn't get this done on Thursday. But I think you will enjoy the ribbon attachment if you already have this. If not, I think they run somewhere around $39.99. Several websites have it. I know Joanne, I keep saying Hobby Lobby. Joann's has these. A lot of the local scrapbook stores has these. But either way, and it's lightweight, so if you're worried about shipping, it's not that big a deal. And again, this is a separate piece, this and the gridded piece that goes with it. So happy stamping, happy creating. Life's art. Go out and live it, guys. All right, you have a good one.